Welcome back to the Munro Minute. Today I'd like to do something a little different than I've usually been doing in the past. And instead of just giving a lecture, I'd also like to present a rhetorical question of sorts to all of you that are currently watching this. And I know that YouTube and other video sharing sites tend not to lend themselves very well to the presentation of rhetorical questions, but I'd like to give it a shot regardless, because this is a question that's certainly been weighing pretty heavy on my mind for the past week or so. And in fact, in my English class, my partner and I led a discussion about this question for about 20 or so minutes. And if I do say so myself, I think that it could have gone on a little longer. But alas, that was in the non-rhetorical format. About a week ago, I was reading an article on the New York Times website that was published around 2009 that was talking about a practice that had a growing number of followers in Japan. And the practice was called 2D love, and it consists of a person taking on a character from an anime or a manga or a visual novel, and from here on out I'll just refer to all three of those types of characters as anime characters, but it usually involves a person taking on an anime character as a lover or even a spouse. And this culture is sometimes known as the Moe, M-O-E culture, and is pretty similar to, though not identical to, the otaku culture of obsessive anime and manga fans. Usually, as a physical manifestation of that character, a 2D lover will have an action figure or a doll of the anime character, or what's also very common is to have a body-sized pillow known as a dakimakura with a picture of the anime character printed onto the pillowcase. And for those of you that are familiar with the term waifu, which is spelled W-A-I-F-U, waifu is a term that is often used to refer to a female anime character that is taken as a lover or a spouse in this regard. Anyway, to go back to the article starts off by talking about a Japanese man in his late 30s who we'll call Nissan. And Nissan has been struggling to varying degrees with employment, romance, in the 3D world, balding, and diabetes. And one day when Nissan is at an anime convention, he discovers an anime character named Nemu. And as he might describe it, he falls in love with Nemu. And before you know it, he and a dakimakura version of Nemu are doing all sorts of things that you would expect lovers to be doing. Driving around, going to the beach, etc., etc. And several years later, Nissan still believes very firmly that Nemu is his girlfriend and that he has real feelings for Nemu. And so my rhetorical question to you is this love? Is this real love? Are the feelings that Nissan extends towards Nemu feelings that would be just as valuable and just as real if they were extended towards a 3D person? Or maybe you think that Nissan and all of the other members of the Moe culture are just a bunch of sociopaths that cannot deal with the fact that they have trouble being in relationships with people in the 3D world. And by saying this, I don't mean to offend anybody in the Moe subculture by any means, or even suggest that that is my opinion. But I'm more interested in seeing what all of you that are watching this think about this. And furthermore, what you would do or say or think if you knew somebody that was thinking about entering into a relationship with a 2D anime character. Anyway, I hope I've sort of provoked some thoughts. Thanks very much for watching this, And until next time, sayonara.